Welcome to Dicejunkies, and this is Random Encounters, episode 23, Controllers and Popcorn. I'm here with
Q.
Damien.
And I'm Xenodamus. Hope you enjoy. Q, you want to roll for us first?
I think it's his turn.
Yeah.
I will start us off.
Awesome. Don't roll one.
I will start us off with a 1.
How about
I missed it.
So close. So
I
close.
know,
Look at that,
right there. I tried.
8 decades past in gaming.
Oh yeah, we were talking about the good old days. You know, the gaming we grew up with. And for us, it is decades with an S, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You know what? What was your first? Let's do that. Every one of us here has that first thing that made you a gamer. Not something you just played, but that thing that made you really get into gaming.
Into gaming? Like,
Yeah.
not the first game I played?
I mean, we've all played a little bit of this and that, but what was that thing that, that one that made the impression? Like, I know mine.
Mm-hmm.
I know that game that I played hours of and, made me realize that games were deeper.
That's something else, though. Like, gaming, originally, playing Pitfall on the Atari and stuff like that, that was cool, Now, when I realized games were deeper is when I actually got into the Nintendo and I had the Ultima series and the Dragon Warrior series.
Dragon Warrior is mine.
That's what got me really into gaming and realized there's this huge story and you could put these, delve a lot of time into it and it's not just reflex, it's actually some
story, depth. You actually found yourself coming home from school just looking forward to getting back on that game.
Yeah.
That was Dragon Warrior. And then Final Fantasy. But for first one was actually Dragon Warrior for me that I played so much freaking Dragon Warrior. That's when I really
I can't put my finger on a single one. I'm thinking Dragon Warrior is for me, but I also had in that same period of time Zelda, and like I said, Ultima, Final Fantasy. All those came out around the same time, so it's really hard. But that's where my love of RPGs came from, and where I'm still really big into RPGs to this day. Is because of those games. How about you, Damien?
Well, I can't remember which Ultimate it was. It was on the Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like Ultima 7, maybe.
Probably Ultima Exodus. That was, I think, the big one on Nintendo.
Well, it was a number. It had a number. Ultima 7 or Ultima 8. It was a really, really dark game.
Mm-hmm.
And now, that just got me a start. That I could put it down, I could go away, I could come back, and I would play it. When I played it, though, I played it for hours. But that actually made me realize that there was something more than Mario Brothers or Super Mario Brothers or
Ultima
Metal
Exodus
Marines.
Was the third.
Yeah, this one wasn't that old. It's like Ultima 8 or something. I know it was a really, really dark.
8 was like Super Nintendo.
Yeah, that's
Super Nintendo.
Oh, you said Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah, probably 7 then. Because
Okay.
I think 7 was a really big one for Super Nintendo.
But
I do remember Ultima 7 being ranked recently by, I think, Game Informer was one of the top RPGs.
yeah, that looks like it.
Yeah.
That
like
looks
it.
familiar. Well,
But that just made me realize that there were what was it?
The Black Gate.
I think that. I think that was it. I think. But then, what really, really sucked me in, what really made me a gamer, was Morrowind.
Oh, Morrowind. Yeah, now that's where you learn the extent, I think, of open RPGs.
Yes.
That open world. Morrowind really brought that home and beautifully. Like, I played Daggerfall and I played Arena, and where Daggerfall was pretty good, Morrowind was definitely the point where it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, see, while I like to agree, because for me it was Oblivion. That was really the refinement for me.
Yeah.
The reason I had to say Dragon Warrior is because I'll tell a short story is that when I started Dragon Warrior, I looked at my starting money, I had played it a few times. One day I started up, I looked at my start money, and I said, man, that copper sword is a little bit more than I have. And I never see it takes so long to get it. So I said, wait a minute. I can sleep for free here at home. If I go out and punch slimes, I could probably get that small bit of gold and skip straight to the sword. And it took a lot of grind. It took running. And it took me like an hour to get the money of meticulous. And that's what but I'm spending an hour grinding. I'm spending an hour trying to get that little exploit. I bought that sword, walked through to the next town because the sword was that tier. So that was when the monster munchkin that is me was born, when I found a way to go, if I grind really hard, I can kind of get this jump forward.
Yeah.
And that's when my brain went from, I'm just playing a game, I don't care, to I can do something here. I can get
a lot
better.
of that was definitely developed there.
And I became a monster from that point forward that was always looking at games to try to get that extra edge, find that extra weapon or that better strategy. I did my first strategy in Dragon Warrior. And then it just developed from there. Now, Oblivion, though, made me care. Like you said, it's one of those open world games where you actually, like,
see,
my reputation mattered to me, you know, and how the world evolved around me mattered instead of just my character.
Yeah.
And see, I liked Oblivion, but when I played Oblivion, it was like they just made it too easy. And it was like they dumbed the game down. When you go from Morrowind to Oblivion, it's like they dumbed the game down for you, you know.
Yeah.
And I didn't get as much enjoyment. And I actually talked to you about Oblivion when it came out, you know, and you had the DLC and stuff like that, and I didn't have a system that would run it, so I didn't have it. And I was talking to you, yeah, it's great. And then I finally got it, and I played it, and I was like, Xbox, Morrowind. I went back to playing Morrowind. But see, Morrowind was where I could craft. You know, I could do alchemy, I could make stuff, I could enchant stuff, I could fly, I could do all that stuff. So,
well, the thing is, I got introduced in Oblivion. I actually didn't find out how amazing Morrowind was until so much later that trying to step back wasn't really valid for me.
I think one of the reasons why Oblivion was such a knocker on him, though, is probably where I got Morrowind when it first came out, before all the DLC and all that, and I built up into the DLC and all that. And then there was a pretty large gap between me playing Morrowind and me playing Oblivion, where I think you picked up Morrowind as the Game of the Year edition that already had all the expansions and stuff.
For the computer.
Okay.
I started playing Morrowind, though, when one of our buddies just gave it to me because he couldn't stand the game. And I played it on my Xbox.
And you played that thing for a long time,
Yeah.
much longer than I did. And so you're playing, though, pretty much backed up against Oblivion coming out, and you finally get to play Oblivion. So you jumped right from Morrowind into Oblivion, where I had this long sort of...
Yeah. And I think that's really what the problem was. It's just, Oblivion was a great game, and I really enjoyed it. But I just felt like it was dumbed down. Because I went from this really complicated game where I have to cast spells at a wall for 3 hours. Yeah. You know,
because, I mean, Skyrim's a great game. I really enjoy Skyrim. But if you go from Morrowind to Skyrim's dumbed down as hell, too.
Well, see, and that was me. When I got in Oblivion, it was Game of the Year edition. So I got the full Monty Oblivion. And then, they were talking about Skyrim's being made. And then somebody told me, man, you got to try Morrowind. Well, when you're so late in the series that their Game of the Year edition, Oblivion, I took one look at Morrowind and said, man, those Khajiit and all that, this crap, you know, like, unfortunately it was a tech issue that I've never played Morrowind, because unfortunately I jumped in late on Oblivion. Yeah. Oblivion looked a little dated by the time I played it, and then I was like, this is too dated. And then, and plus by this point there was like Skyrim commercials, so I was like, because I actually went to play Oblivion because like I'd heard like about, they're making a Skyrim game, and I was like, this somebody said, have you played Oblivion? And I was like, no. They're like, go play Oblivion, get Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Because, I didn't start PC gaming until a few years ago.
Yeah.
So, got Oblivion Game of the Year. It was awesome. Then the really hardcore guy said, you need to try Morrowind. I went and I looked up and I was like, that looks a little too old, man, for me.
Yeah.
Now, if they remaster it, I want to try it because I'm tired of hearing people tell me I should
they need
play
to
it.
remaster Daggerfall first, man. Daggerfall was still a good game, man. It was really
I don't
good.
know, man. I hear about Morrowind.
Morrowind
People swear
was
about
just-
Morrowind.
Yeah. But I want to see. I would love to see Daggerfall remastered.
You know what? You know the right people. Tell them to mod Skyrim into Morrowind. Just mod it. Just keep the graphics and just chop it. And just send it to Morrowind.
All right, let's see what we got here next.
It was such a good conversation.
Epic cinematic moments.
Oh, so we're talking about the ones you remember, right? The big
Yeah. So let's see a good epic. Oh, now this isn't even really very geek related, but one of my favorite cinematic moments was Reservoir Dogs, where he cuts that dude ear off while dancing to the music on the radio.
Oh.
Then starts pouring the gasoline and dancing.
Yeah, that's epic. That's
And
pretty
then
epic.
he grabs the ear and he breaks it up and he's like, "Can you hear me?" And starts talking in the severed ear.
We didn't roll a 1, but that's pretty dark. But all right.
It's a great cinematic moment, man. Beautifully done.
Oh yeah, that's a
Oh. So while we were at the con, brought Reservoir Dogs up too. We were having a discussion, and it's been in my head for a
I'm
while.
a little
so.
geekier just because it's too easy to say Scarface.
Yeah.
RoboCop train. So I'm gonna go with one that's a little bit more gonna reach out to my fellow geekers, and that's Fifth Element, the opera scene. The entire opera scene from beginning to end. It's the scene I can't turn off. When they start the scene,
That is a good scene.
and then they cut in the fight scene. Mm-hmm. That was to me a moment I was just like, opera's awesome. I did not, whoa, this is cool. I want opera. Is this what opera is?
Well, you also had badass fighting in the middle of the song, you know?
But also when she's like, just like, opera, all of a sudden it's like the beat starts, and I was like, I've downloaded it on my iPod, man, and listened to it like when I'm like driving. It's cool.
Yeah.
So that's a more modern, geeky, because that's not what you're going to hear everybody say.
Yeah.
Fifth Element.
On that note, that opera. I had a friend one time, and I told him, I was like, you need to watch Fifth Element, and you need to listen to that opera. It's the best thing I've ever heard in my life. And he watched the movie, and he came back to me a couple of days later, and he's like, dude, that sucked. And we're not friends anymore.
Oh.
I was wanting to ask you, I didn't want to be rude, but I wanted to ask you about the guy who gave you Morrowind because he hated it. I was going like, so we don't know that guy anymore, right?
No.
It's like, this sucks. You can have it. He's like, well, thank you, but I don't want to ever talk to you again.
Well, it wasn't like that, but we don't talk anymore, so same difference. Epic cinematic moments.
Keep it R. I just remembered who we were talking
Yeah.
I can't think of anything.
You can't think of anything.
Not
to. There's
anything
never been a
that's-
scene in a movie you
Yeah.
thought was epic.
I mean, there's been a lot of stuff that like fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Maul. That fight was just the most epic thing I've
When the
seen.
heck did Obi-Wan come? Oh, wait a minute, young Obi-Wan. Okay. Sorry, I was thinking of old Obi. Honestly, I like this part with Qui-Gon better, man. But Liam Neeson has a special set of skills that make anything better.
All right.
I'm gonna roll now.
You
go
set
ahead.
that up. He
Go
set
ahead.
me up. He brought up a Liam Neeson scene.
5. We have video game movies.
God.
So keeping on the cinematic theme,
That almost wasn't one. Yubo.
huh?
Yubo.
Hubo?
Yubo. Guy who ruins all the video game movies.
Oh.
You can't possibly not know that guy. Guy did the Doom movie. Think he did Kingdom Under Fire.
There was a Doom movie.
Oh, you're right. No, I mean, but if there had been one, he would have been the one
Oh
to
God,
do it
I'd
and ruin
forgotten
it.
all about the Doom movie. Oh God, why did you bring that
As sad as
up?
he's done a whole lot, I just am bad at remembering the
Oh.
exact list. If you hit it, man, every bad video game movie that's came
God.
out almost has been this guy. Okay, I don't think he did Mario Brothers, but like he did almost everything after that.
Wait, was this bad video game movies that we're
No,
talking about?
well,
Name a good
it's just
one.
a discussion of video game movies, but
Okay.
And especially since The Witcher is going to be coming out soon.
Yeah, actually, it's actually perfect timing with the Witcher series coming out.
Now, some of my more favorite video game movies are Resident Evil.
Yeah.
You like the Resident Evil movies?
I loved them.
The first one I really liked. Now, you get later on in the series, and there's a lot of
gets
ups and
wonky.
downs, but
It gets wonky. But, I mean, first off, Mila is like one of my favorite actresses.
Yeah, Fifth Element.
There you go.
I do like her a lot, man. That's why I wish the movies were better.
Now, I mean, at first, whenever I watched it, I was like, well, this isn't anything like the game, you know? But then after watching them and the more that came out, and you know, it didn't really affect me as much that it wasn't based closer on the game, you know? And then I just enjoyed the movies for themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, by themselves, they're not. If you just look at it.
Wasn't there an Assassin's Creed movie or something recently?
They're working on it, I think. I think there's
No, there
did it
was
get
an
released?
Assassin's Creed. I watched it with our other friend, and they seem to be going in a good direction, and they just really fumbled the ending / cliffhanger, like just wow. Like they did not pick the. It's like they should have stopped here, but then they kept going, and then they stopped when they should have not stopped there, and it just threw the whole thing off.
I hate it when they do that in movies. They go past where they should have stopped, and then where they should keep going, they stop. I can't stand that.
That is literally what happens, man. It's crazy where they stop. Well, let me say this. I want to say it's because of Resident Evil. You know what? I'll have to say that you can't blame movies completely because they made the same mistake to me in the movies that the game did, which is they forgot they were kind of supposed to be horror. Because the first game was kind of horror. But every Resident Evil game after the first game became more action and less horror. Until, of course, like the most recent Resident Evil game. And the movies did the same thing. The next thing you know, it's so... I'm riding a motorcycle through a window while I'm shooting guns. And then, I'm just like, what the heck? This has turned into a freaking Michael Bay movie.
Well, yeah, like I said, the movies did start to turn.
But then so did the game, so maybe they were doing it right.
But the first Resident Evil movie, I really liked it.
So the first Resident Evil game was awesome, so yeah.
Resident Evil 2 was my favorite in Raccoon City itself. I freaking love that game.
Prefer the first one, but...
I liked the first one, don't get me wrong. There were just moments in the first one I had to throw the controller because I couldn't do it.
Oh, you're talking about the game? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you said this. Yeah, no, the second game was good. Raccoon City was pretty good.
I loved Raccoon City, man.
I mean, they were somewhat scary, but I mean, definitely after Raccoon City.
No. One was the scariest freaking game of the series that I played. Dude, walking down the hall, and those dogs coming through the windows. And then you go downstairs, and I can't remember exactly, but you go downstairs and there's a room, you go in the room and you see something skitter across the ceiling and a big-ass spider drops down. Nope.
Oh, heck yeah. And the snake got me, man.
Oh, the frick.
Because it was so big, and I mean, I was like, wow. But yeah,
look,
here's a
the
perfect
monsters in the game didn't bother me.
Oh.
The virus monsters.
Yeah.
Didn't.
I know,
it was the other monsters in the game that freaked me out.
The shark, like, you just jumps out. You're just like, what's that in the water? Boom. You're like, what the
hell have I got myself into? You know, that was what grabbed me with Resident Evil 1. Or when you go through that door, in the big dining room, you go through that door, and Wesker's waiting. You just left him, and you went through the door in the hallway there, and you walked in, and the zombie is just eating, and then he just stands up, and he starts coming at you.
The scene.
Oh, man.
I remember the first time in the game when you walk in, and you're getting ready to open a door, and when you open it, there's literally a zombie. Like, remember later on, it's just like...
And
so back to video game
we were
movies.
talking about.
Yeah. Sorry.
Hey, it's random encounters. We got random.
Oh yeah, no. But yeah, no. Most video game movies have definitely been crap.
I didn't like as much as I love Angelina Jolie. I wasn't feeling the Tomb Raider movies.
What was that one?
They killed Max Payne. Max Payne was horrible of a movie.
That Jean-Claude Van Damme Street Fighter movie.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. You're talking about.
What's a shame is we got possibly one of the
Street
best.
Fighter or Double Dragon.
Yes,
No, I think it was Street Fighter.
Yeah,
Street Fighter.
It was sad as we got one of the most interesting villain performances ever. but it was wrapped with the most rotten, horrible movie. But if you actually just take out M. Bison scenes, that dude was really cracking me up, man. He was amazing as M. Bison. He didn't like he could fight his way out of a paper bag, but his freaking performance. But then Jean-Claude's on the other side of the scene, and he opens his mouth, and you're like, oh, well, there went all the cool points. Like, and I like Jean-Claude Van Damme as a martial artist kicking people. I think he should do like Arnie and don't talk.
Yeah.
I mean, great action star, but he sucks the drama and out of intensity out of the scene when he talks.
Yeah. The Warcraft movie wasn't horrible.
Never seen it.
No.
If you were a fan of the game, I watched it, and I mean, it wasn't bad. And a couple of my friends that are huge Warcraft fans, they loved it. You know,
Really? I couldn't actually. It didn't blend well enough for me with the CGI in real life. Unfortunately, for some reason, it kept clearly being CGI.
It was definitely for the fans
except for
of
the one
game.
made up person that's an orc, and I just like this is really throwing me off.
What about the Dungeons and Dragons movie?
Well, those aren't really video games, but those all suck too.
Yeah, that's tabletop. We haven't rolled that yet.
There's a Dungeons and Dragons video game.
There is a Dungeons and Dragons video game, so technically, I guess you could go there. But have any of those been good? Like,
I mean,
No.
Prince of Persia was dude. I don't know what the hell they thought they were doing with that. They
yeah.
tried Street Fighter more than once, and they tried Street Fighter: The Story of Chun-Li, and I was like, all right, Chun-Li's kind of cool. Oh no, she's not. I'm sorry, I was wrong. She's
And then
not.
the
She's
Mortal
not cool.
Kombat movies.
Oh.
Okay, that's not too bad. Let's check out the second one. Oh, okay, no. All right,
Yeah, the first one wasn't horribly horrible.
Considering how cheesy the video game was, I
Right.
thought it was in theme.
Yeah. The second one, though, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like Goro was awesome.
All right, let's see what horrors Google will put on us this time.
We don't have to do that. She's been a bitch lately.
Hey Google, roll me a d20.
Rolling a die with 20 faces. The result is 4.
I was so worried she was going to say one, man. I was sitting here just
All right,
waiting.
favorite live action comic book character.
Oh, man, I hate to be so stereotypical, but I gotta say Luke Cage. I mean, I think he's fucking awesome. I love this show, man. It was awesome. Well, but Deadpool. Ooh. Oh, actually. And, all right, y'all go.
Yeah,
I gotta take a moment.
you said Luke Cage, man. You're done. Go ahead.
Oh, I'll let you go ahead and go.
Why are you gonna let me go ahead and go? Because you know who I'm going for.
Who are you going for?
Doctor Strange, man.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Not bad. Yeah, I'm going Deadpool. So.
That works.
Do it.
No. That works because he's in there. Because, I mean, if you didn't go Deadpool,
Yeah.
I would have had to choose between Deadpool and Luke Cage.
Like the only
That was
reason,
killing
okay,
me,
so
man.
the reason
I
I
was
let
like,
Damien
oh.
go first is because Damien has trouble deciding on things sometimes. So I didn't want to pick one that he was going to have, and then he would have to sit there and go for a while. And
But we're cool
Actually,
enough.
this
You've got
subject
Deadpool.
though
I got
is,
Luke
I mean,
Cage.
there's only one choice for me. You know.
True, you are a huge Doctor Strange fan. Now, I mean, the thing is did you really care for him in the movie? I mean,
I didn't think that I was going to, because I've complained to you, the actor that they chose for that. Absolutely loved it. He freaking nailed it.
Yeah.
But I think that's because you know what shocked me? I've never seen or paid attention to his Sherlock Holmes stuff. And I really paid attention to other stuff. So this is my first Benedict Cumberbatch thing. And I was like, man, this guy's awesome. Then I went back and saw some Sherlock Holmes. I was like, that's the same guy? I did not like him in Sherlock Holmes. But I loved him in Doctor Strange. So I know how you feel that way.
Yeah.
Because going backwards, to me, I almost want to go like, dude, you need to quit that Sherlock Holmes crap.
I love him in Sherlock. I loved him in Doctor Strange. I hated him as Khan.
Oh, God, that was
Khan.
him too? Ooh.
Or, well, no, was it Khan or was it, who did he play in Star Trek? The new movies.
Bobby Khan.
I think it was Khan.
Could have loved him. Oh, wait, so you hated him, so yeah.
I didn't. I wasn't trying to contradict you. I didn't know he was in a Star Trek movie.
Don't get me wrong,
mean,
the Sherlock Holmes isn't bad. It's just, after seeing him play this interesting Doctor Strange character, I feel like he could do better at Sherlock Holmes than he's doing. Because I've seen him be better than me, in my opinion. That's gone. I kind of feel like they're not getting all they could out of him, because here he goes to this movie and it's like awesome. Then I see the series, I'm like, okay, he's interesting, but I think he can do better.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe that's just it. He got a high standard from me, and I now respect the actor enough that I think he could do better in Sherlock Holmes than he's doing.
Oh no, I think
That could be the script.
I think he does a great job in Sherlock Holmes. I love the script of Sherlock, and I don't know why you wouldn't like that show, but.
Well, like I said, I saw it after I saw
I am a
Strange.
fan of Cumberbatch, though. Like when he was complaining, Cumberbatch.
Yeah, big fan.
Hey, you know I pronounce things wrong all the time. When he was complaining about him being Doctor Strange, I was like, he's a great freaking actor, dude.
Yeah, you were.
And
but he doesn't have a particular set of skills.
He is so much better than Liam Neeson. So much better. So.
How much are we getting paid
Fuck
again?
you and your skills.
How much are we getting?
But
Brought to you by Sherlock Holmes.
I didn't care for him in Sherlock. I watched a little bit of it. I mean, but that's not to say anything about Zeno's opinion. It's just I did not like him. I haven't liked a lot of things that he's done, and I was very worried about the Doctor Strange movie because that is something that I'm heavily into is Doctor Strange. But then he did that performance, and I was like, all right, well, he can suck at everything else. He got that shit right.
And again, I'm not even saying, I bet you if I watched Sherlock Holmes first, I'd probably feel like you. Oh, this guy's pretty good in this, and he was awesome in this. But unfortunately, I started with what I consider to be the best of Benedict, and then now when I watch him, because also it's a TV show, it ain't a movie. It's not a huge, big budget movie.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it'd be like if Liam Neeson did get on a TV series.
Just don't watch Star Trek.
He wouldn't be as good.
Don't watch Star Trek Into the Darkness because you're gonna hate him.
I can't hate him as much as our friends. Oh my God, an entire Star Trek Into Darkness rant got going. We almost killed Rob. Was that Rob we almost killed?
I don't remember. It was such a rough conversation.
But see, there's really no Trekkies in this room.
Well, no, there's not.
Okay, no, yeah. I don't know why I felt like lying there, so I'm not.
I mean, seriously,
I watched Next Generation a lot until that little who's a little really annoying creature, Wheaton. Then I stopped watching it.
Oh,
Mrs. Crusher?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, I think that's going to wrap up the show for today. So, thanks for listening, and take care. Hey, guys. Thanks for watching this episode. Be sure to like, subscribe, and down below we have a description with all of our social media. Check that out. You can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, Google+. All the links are down there. You can see some behind-the-scenes stuff as well as, just whenever we're posting something, we always post to those medias as well. Also, you can look over to the side here and we'll have some links to some other videos you might want to check out, as well as below you'll see the Dicejunkies icon where you can click to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. All right.